Everyone who's a magician knows a card trick. But is everyone who knows a card trick a magician? I want you to take a moment, pause this video, let me know what you think in the comments about this profound statement. Hey guys, it is Reed and welcome back to another video. Today we got Dear Magicians episode 6. Are you a real magician? Now this is going to be a very interesting video, hopefully not controversial. I think my thoughts on this topic are pretty reasonable, but I think maybe it might ruffle some feathers. Are you a real magician? Very fascinating question. We're going to be diving into a whole bunch of different thoughts and topics on what makes a magician. Who's a magician? Are you just a magician or are you a guy who just does card tricks? What's the difference? How do you become a magician? What is a magician? I'm very excited to talk about this, guys. It's going to be a great video. If you like my Dear Magicians series, don't forget to hit that like button so I can keep bringing you guys more of these videos. And if you would like to check out some private lessons, you can check them out at the link below. But with all of that said, let's jump right in to the video. Dear Magicians, are you a real magician? Think about that for a minute. Have you ever taken the time to think, am I a real magician? What makes a real magician? Is it his skill? How advanced you are, right? Is it your accolades? If you've performed on Fool Us, if you've done stage shows? Is it your creativity? How many effects you've created for the magic world? Is it your presentation, right? Does good presentation make a magician? Is it performing? Do you have to be a performer to be a magician? These are the questions that I want to tackle today. Now do me a favor, guys. If you haven't already, pause this video, reflect on that opening statement, and I would love to hear, before you get influenced by what I think, what you guys think makes a real magician. I'd be very curious to have a discussion in the comments. Please let me know if you see anyone else's comments that you agree with, disagree with. Feel free to comment. I'd just really like to start a discussion on this very interesting topic. Have you ever thought to yourself, am I just someone who knows card tricks? Or am I actually a magician? This was a question that was raised to me by one of my private lesson students. He said, I can't help but feeling like I'm just a guy who knows card tricks. I look at you and you're a magician, but I just feel like I'm a guy who knows a few card tricks. Now keep in mind, this was a guy who was getting more proficient at the cull, who performed magic as a hobby for his friends, family, and even random people at the bar from time to time. He could do, some of our most classic effects. He could do them well, right? Very knowledgeable guy. Yet he felt like he was just no different than an uncle who did card tricks, which is very interesting. What do you think leads to that? Think about it yourself for a second. How do you feel? Do you feel like a magician? Do you feel like a guy who just knows card tricks? These are the questions I hope to answer as this video continues to go. Think about how it makes you feel when you see other magicians, when you see them perform, when you see videos of them, when you see them live. Do you feel on the same level? Do you feel lesser? Because I'll say that I do think there's a difference between a magician and someone who just does card tricks. There is a difference, but the question becomes, which one are you? So what is the difference? Let's talk about my thoughts on all of this. What makes a real magician? What is the difference between someone who can do a card trick and someone who's a magician? Because I do think there is a difference. I'm going to say it now, there is a difference. Now the difference to me is that anyone can do a card trick. Anyone can learn a card trick. Anyone can go grab a book or hop on YouTube and learn a simple self-working card trick, no problem. But that doesn't mean that there can't be a magician who only knows self-working card tricks. There is a difference. Now, is it their skill? Not at all. Professionals and amateurs alike can all be magicians. Beginners can be magicians. It can be your first day in magic and you can be considered a magician. Or you can be that guy who has that one card trick that he's done at every party for the last 40 years and you are not a magician. It's not about presentation. A lot of people say presentation is what makes the magician. Presentation is what makes a magician unique within magicians, but it doesn't make a magician. Presentation can, make you stand out from the pack. make you feel different from your peers. Of course, some people have genius presentations and better presentations than others, but that's not what makes them a magician. Presentation is the dressing that we put on the salad. It doesn't make the salad, right? The leaf, the greens, the vegetables are what make the salad. Creativity or performing ability does not make a magician. There are plenty of magicians who can't create their way out of a paper bag. I don't know if that's an expression that makes any sense, but it sounds funny. There are extremely creative magicians who can't perform their way out of a paper bag. You know what I mean? They are still as much of a magician as me or you watching this. Now, I don't know that you watching this are a magician. Maybe you're not. Maybe you are. I'm gonna assume you are, but we're about to find out. Bottom line, to me, what makes a magician is how invested you are in the art. Think about that. You could be someone who has performed one trick at a party for the last 40 years and knows nothing about magic. You have just learned this one trick from a quick YouTube tutorial. You get some entertainment out of it, you're performing. I think you're just a guy who knows a card trick. You don't care about the art. You don't even know anything about the art. You literally just know how to do something cool with a few pieces of paper. You could be your first day into magic, but you love it. You are obsessed, you've caught the bug, and you truly value the art form. You can't even do a single card trick, but you are a magician. To me, it's about someone who has that passion and that interest in learning about the art or continuing to improve the art or just caring about the art. You don't have to be a historian. You don't have to need to know everything that's ever happened in magic to be a magician. You don't have to want to create things and be a huge, Copperfield, Blaine performer type. You can just be a hobbyist who loves magic, who likes to do some card tricks, who cares about the art, who enjoys the community, and who is a positive force in the community. If you're one of those things, you are a magician. These days the walls and the barriers to get into magic seem to keep getting higher, right? We have so much negativity, we have so many people who are trying to gatekeep, when frankly the industry is going to die out if we don't continue to be accepting of new blood. And I think it's the intention, right? It's the intention behind our actions that really speak to what we mean. And if you're someone who just comes in to take something from the art form, just to provide some entertainment, I think that's okay, right? Magic is an entertainment form, and if you just want to learn a simple trick to show your friends and family and entertain people at a party from time to time, no problem. But you can't call yourself a magician if you don't really care about the art. Like I said, you don't have to advance the art. You don't have to know the full history about the art. You just have to care about it. You just have to treat it with the honor that it deserves and be a positive force. I think more than anything, that is what's important. If you are a positive contributor to the community, no matter how small, just you watching videos on YouTube, learning things, right, is you supporting the community. And it gets into a very interesting moral place, because someone can support the community while still tearing it down, while still ripping it up. And are they a magician? So an example that comes to mind is someone who pirates things, right? It's a big thing with magic downloads these days. I mean, based off my definition, I'd have to say that person's still a magician, because anyone who's going through the trouble of pirating magic downloads at least cares about magic in the sense that they like it and they want to learn more. Now, do they respect creators and the art form? Maybe not. Probably no, But interestingly, it's kind of a paradox if we say they're not a magician, because we know people who definitely are magicians, laymen aren't wasting their time pirating magic downloads. You know what I mean? So then you kind of get into an interesting moral ground. So it's hard for me to say the claim that you have to be positive to the community when you think of something like that, to be classified as a magician. But I think you can still be classified as a magician and be a bad person, right? Every group of people has their bad apples. But in my mind, and I think to the rest of the community, we should not view these people who are negative, who are tearing people down, who are not letting people in, who are just constantly just hating on everything. We should not, consider these people magicians and let them into our community. These should be the people that we shun from the community, not the new kids who are trying to learn, right? Not the people who are doing their best to help advance the art and create and keep up with the times and push the medium. We should be shunning the negative people. They are still magicians, but they're the type that we should be, excluding from the community. And, we shouldn't be fighting back on the label magicians for the beginners and the new people coming up. Those are the magicians. The people with that fire and that love, if anything, they are the magicians. People who have been doing magic for 600 years and are the haters, they are the ones who are not magicians. If you are eager to learn, create, whatever it is, you're eager to be a student, you love the community, you are a magician. Does not matter your skill level. Anyone can be a magician. It's just all about your intentions and having care for the art. That's the bottom line. Are your intentions good? Do you care about the art? And do you respect it, really? That's what it takes to be a magician. That is it. You don't have to be able to do a single magic trick, in my opinion. You don't have to perform to anyone. You just need to love the art. I want to end off this video by saying, stop doubting yourself. You are way better than you think you are. I've been there, guys, where I still get to that point where I reflect on the magic that I do. I sit there and I just scroll through my videos on my channel and I'm like, sometimes I feel really proud about the work I've put in, but other times, you'll scroll through someone else's page and you'll be like, wow, that was genius, that was great. I could do better. I could have thought of that, But ultimately, I need to just ground myself in reality, go back, look at my page, and look at all the good things that I've done. It's the same with you guys. Think about where you started and where you are now. Think about all the things you've learned. Think about all the things you've practiced and maybe created and all the hours you've put into the art. That is your journey. That is what makes your individual journey amazing. Stop doubting yourself. There's no minimum skill level. You are way better than you think. I promise you that. We all have the innate ability as humans to look at ourselves and our accomplishments and undervalue them. And I'm no different. Sometimes I literally have to sit there and scroll through my videos to remind myself of how proud I am of some of the things I've accomplished in this industry. You are better than you think you are. You can amaze someone with that double lift. Think about it. That simple double lift, the first move you ever learned in magic. You can amaze the smartest people in the world with that. Amaze them. Incredible reactions. A simple self-worker, you can fry the smartest minds. You can impress anyone you want. Doesn't matter. You are still a magician. Ultimately, you can achieve what you want. You get out of this what you put into it. If there's a move you want to master, if there's an effect you want to be able to do, if there's somewhere you want to get to, you can do it. You just need to put in the work. Hard work trumps all. And as long as your passion is there, you will succeed, you will get to where you want to be, and most importantly, you are a magician. Alright guys, that is it for this video. I hope you loved it. This one was kind of deep. It was fun. It was really nice to talk about this subject. I feel like I got a lot of things off my chest, and I feel like as I kept talking, the video just kept getting better. Like I said, I have my little scripts. I have a few ideas of what I wanted to include in this video, but I never would have imagined it would have turned out this way. I'm really happy with it. So please, I'd love to have an open dialogue. Drop me a comment. Let me know what you guys think on this topic, and I'd love to hear it. Ultimately, it's super interesting, and I think there's more to be said on this topic. What makes a magician? Are you a real magician? But anyways, guys, if you'd like to see more videos like this, please drop me a like, drop a comment, share the video, all that good stuff. If you would like to check out some private lessons, you can at the link below. And with all that said, guys, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.